I will show you the PIC32 pin finder application. So let's start it up. Find it here, Spectron, pin finder, and there we have it. Okay, I'm using an evaluation version of the software, so let's make it start. Okay, the PIC32 pin finder application is a utility that helps the developer to fast and accurately find the different pin connection points and names in the PIC32 development environment. This includes the PIC32 chip itself, the pigtail bus, the generic USB prototype card, and the microchip's prototype card as well. When you open the application, you have this main form, and here you have a grid with the different signals. You have a reference number here, the PIC32 chip pin name, the pin number on the chip, the pigtail bus name, the connector pin on the pigtail bus, and the pin label name on the connector pin on the pigtail bus. And you also have the prototype card signal name, which edge connector it uses, and which card pin it uses, both for the prototype card, Microchip prototype card, as well as the generic USB card. Down here you have details for each signal. You have for the PIC32 chip, the pigtail bus, the Spectrum generic USB card, as well as the microchip prototype card. If you want, you can sort the columns by clicking on the column header like this. And if you change the row in the main grid, you can see that the details get updated for each signal. Now, if you click on the pins, you get a new window that shows the pins on the chip. For instance, in this example, I have pin number 10, and as you can see, the pin number is highlighted here on the chip pin layout window. You can also see the pin here up to the left with the label. That's pin number 10, and it's PMA5 SEK2 CN8 RG6. As you know, the PIC32 or the PIC processors can be configured to use a specific signal on the pin, and many of the pins has many different functionalities. Okay, if you wanted to have a description about this pin, you click the description, and here you can see the different shapes that this pin can take. It can be, for instance, an interrupt on change input. It can be a pin in the parallel master port address, can be a digital I/O, or it can be SPI serial clock output. So, and if I change here, of course, all this get updated accordingly. Okay, if you click on the pigtail bus show button here, you will get a picture of the connectors on the PIC32 I/O expansion board. There are two connectors, G10 and G11. And as you see here, I have highlighted this signal PMA3. That is the pin label on the pigtail bus name. And as you see, it gets highlighted here. And of course, if I change the selection in the grid of the pin of the signal I want to see, it will update the highlighting area, the ellipse with the highlighting area, and show exactly what the signal is. And in this case, you can see that it is G10 and pin 23, and you have G10 here and G11 here, and you count 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on, and that is actually pin 23 on the G10 connector. You can also see, for instance, the Spectrum generic USB protocol and see where the signal is here. And here you have it, and in this case you can see that it's labeled RG6, and that is the good one of the good things with this application, because as you see, the signal change name between it if it is on the chip pin layout, if it is on the IO expansion board, or if it is on the prototype card. And in this case you can see that the RG6 is on U2. This is U2 connector, and here you have the U3 connector. In this case this is U2, and it's a pin number 18. And it also, you can see that it uses the card H connector number 35 on the odd side, and the odd side is actually the side that is shown in the picture. And of course, if you want to show the microchip prototype card, you can do that as well, and then it looks like this. In the bottom here you have a search function. For instance, if I say AN, like analog, and do a search for that, I will get up 23 records, and all signal names that has the AN letters in it will show up. And here I can see that if I want to use AM3, for instance, and wonder which signal is that on my Spectrum generic USB card, I can see that it is here on connector U2 and on pin U2, sorry, and on pin 7. So that's about it. The application has, of course, a database with all connection information for the various signal pins and names. And the problem that the developer faces is that there are many signals, about 100. There are 100 pins for the PIC32MX3XXLL chip, and most of the pins has multifunction capabilities. Not only that, but as you noted here, sometimes the signal for a certain pin changes name depending if you look at the chip pin, if you pigtail bus label, or if you look at the test point connector or prototype card, etc. So that's about it. Here up you can use the menu to do the different things as well. And of course there is a help file, and with quite a lot of details about some more functionality that I don't show here, and as well as a little about screen. So folks, I think that concludes the thing, and thank you for your attention. Bye bye.